Welcome to Responding to Readings, or How Not to Write Robotic Responses. The first step to creative writing and responses, rather than robotic writing, is to become a critical reader. Understand what the author is saying. Note any reactions you have to what you read in the margins, and question everything. Then, when you begin to write your summary and response, you can use your questions, your wow or surprising findings, and also include personal experiences you've noted. Everybody is busy, and we want to get to the meat of the matter. So to get a broad view of the reading, look at titles, bold words, charts and graphs, pictures and their captions, and the headings in the readings and subheadings. So in this passage, you can see right off the bat that we are talking about genetic engineering, which is a new revolution in technology when you look at the title. Then we can see that there is a picture included in this reading with a caption talking about vineyards in the Santa Cruz Mountains in California. This reading also has an illustration of a DNA molecule so that we know that this will also be a major part of the story. This passage as well has special symbols where you can see the little circles that show that this is new vocabulary, and the meanings are explained in the margins. The same thing is true over here with viral, which is an adjective related to virus. This also helps you with the meaning and understanding of the passage. Another thing to check in the reading are extended quotations or other quotations. They might have some interesting information that gives understanding to the meaning, as well as the comprehension questions here at the bottom. Those are also going to be helping you with understanding the passage. To get deeper understanding, of course, you need to read the passage. Yes, read. First, read the whole thing in one shot. Then, review the sections. When you get stuck with a difficult word, resist the temptation to pull out your dictionary. Use the context of the sentence to guess the meaning. Here, when the author says that Veblen saw emulation as wasteful and irrational, we can see that emulation must have a negative meaning in the author's mind because it is wasteful and irrational, two negative words. When you're reading, make notes, underline, use your pen, pencil, or highlighter to make arrows, happy faces, exclamation points, or whatever doodles you want, to point out significant items, things that you didn't know before, questions, confusing items, or things that are unclear, as well as surprising things that interest you. When you write in the margins of the reading, note your feelings, your questions, your experiences that come to mind because of what you are reading, and other general things that come to mind. One method some use is to make double entry notes where the author's main points are on one side of a sheet of paper and your reactions on the other. Then, when it comes time to write your summary and response, you already have your doodles or notations that you can summarize the author's main points, and you can write down your reactions in the surprises, thoughts, and questions you noted in the margins. Take a look at one example of a summary reaction response to a reading. This student didn't include all of the items we noted before. However, you can see that they are not just repeating what the author said. They have ideas of their own. Stop the video at any point if you wish to read the entry in more detail. In a few sentences, they have summed up what the author's main points are. This gives the reader a chance to get a focus of what your reaction is responding to. When they begin the response, you can see that they do have more to say than just, "Yes, I agree." They have their own opinion above and beyond what the author is saying. In this case, they disagree with some points. The student refers back to quotes or information taken from the reading to help the reader understand particular points they are responding to. Here, the student is using support for their opinion that they've obviously noted in the margins of their reading. Finally, the student is using a personal experience to add depth to their argument. So basically, what should you include? Summarize the main points in a few sentences in the introduction to your response. Use your notes that you've made while reading, such as your questions, your disagreements, your surprising discoveries, or personal examples or experiences that come to mind. Do not use boring, robotic responses that just repeat what has already been said. We can read that information ourselves. We want to know what you think.